Schticklers, or good evening, wherever you are. This is Drake here with The Joystick Show, wanting to jump on and give a quick review and reaction to Ahsoka episode number 5. I thought, man, what a great episode. First and foremost, again, the casting is super fantastic, and I know this episode focused mostly on Ahsoka, and I really enjoyed it, especially with getting back to that Clone Wars roots and also those Rebel roots. We got to see Ahsoka go back to when she was young, working with Anakin in the Clone Wars, as she's kind of reviewing all of her emotions and all of her time spent working under Anakin as her Padawan. His Padawan? Her Padawan. And from there, being able to kind of come to terms with what Anakin has become. Seeing that even though there was some missteps on Anakin's part, everything that was learned still is applicable. And a future with that kind of teaching doesn't necessarily lead to the dark side. That Ahsoka has a choice in whether or not she kind of will be or won't be. She can pick and choose from what she learned from Anakin during that time. Another thing I really enjoyed was the fact that Clone Wars was a little bit more dark and gloomy. It was a lot more fog of war. It was a lot more intense. And I think Dave Filoni did a really great job at showing us kind of the temperament and the kind of fear and anger, all of that war brings to a human being and a life forms across the galaxy. It's just never a good thing, and there's a lot of things that take place there, which leads me to think, if we had a live action Clone Wars movie to maybe help reset the Star Wars universe, as Dave Filoni is kind of doing, bringing a lot more character and character development into the fold, really bringing out a lot of that story that we kind of want from the original 3 and potentially the first 3 prequels as well. So overall, I really enjoyed it. I think Anakin, Christian Hayden coming back and reprising his role as Anakin Skywalker is fantastic. We kind of get a little bit of closure there. We get to see Ahsoka kind of come into her own a little bit more, conclude from all of that trial and tribulation of being a young Padawan in Clone Wars, and also kind of evolving from what she was in Rebels. I did think Hera and Jason's relationship was very interesting as well too. We gotta get to see Jason be a little bit more force sensitive. We get to see Hera listen a little bit more, which is kind of an interesting contrast between what Sabine and Ahsoka have, which is more of like a master Padawan situation. But at the same time, again, Jason is Hera's son, so we want to kind of see parents listening to their youths, their children. But overall, there was a little bit of a hiccup for me with the new Rebel Alliance, I guess the New Republic, kind of coming down on Hera and not really wanting to believe Thrawn is out there just because there isn't evidence, which again is a little bit more foreshadowing of maybe everybody or some people or most people within the New Republic are actually looking forward to seeing more of a Thrawn. And I think that kind of lends itself to what Baylan Skoll has kind of alluded to in the previous episodes, is there needs to be some sort of change. And with that kind of change, usually within the Star Wars universe, war has kind of taken place in order for it to go from the Death Star, Luke Skywalker to getting into the new Jedi Order, and even before that, where the Jedi were kind of with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan in the young days, and then getting into having to kind of fight the Clone Wars. There's a lot of Sith interaction back in that time, and I think we're not necessarily seeing Sith, but we are seeing remnants of, which may lead to something in the future. But other than that, I think if you're not watching Ahsoka, you're really missing out on some great Star Wars action, and also some great writing, some great acting. I've heard some rumors that Rosario Dawson will be replaced in the I guess the seasons to come, which is just a rumor for now, but it is something to think about moving forward, especially Baylan Skull. We lost his actor earlier on in the year, so it is kind of going to be an interesting transition if those things take place. But let's end on a positive speculation. I think moving forward, I want to see a lot more of Ahsoka and Sabine kind of rekindling their relationship. I'd like to see what happens after Ahsoka jumps in the Purgly's mouth and they get off into space. Will the New Republic end up helping, or will it just be a journey of Ahsoka and Sabine moving forward? You, the Schticklers, you let us know what you think in the comments. And of course, again, please like and subscribe. You know it helps us out, and we really appreciate everything you've done for us as a viewership and as a fan base. So if there's anything that you'd like us to review moving forward, definitely let us know. But other than that, it's Drake signing off. We hope you have a great day, great evening, and peace out. Thanks for sticking it with us.